Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist.
1 Minute Apologist.
Apologetics seeks to give credible answers to curious questions, to give a defense. What is the message of Mark? We now come to the Gospel of Mark, which is the second of the Synoptic Gospels. The word synoptic, by the way, it just means to be seen together. You think of the word optics, to be seen. So synoptic, to be seen together. Matthew, Mark, and Luke are the Synoptic Gospels, whereas John is a non-synoptic because it depicts a picture of Jesus that is different than we see in the Synoptics. Mark is the earliest of the Synoptic Gospels, probably written sometime around the mid-60s. It's a fast-moving book. There's a key word, immediately. And as you read the Gospel of Mark, you can sense that this is action-packed, it's fast-moving. The word immediately comes up frequently. So Mark is also the shortest of the Gospels with 16 chapters. Since Mark was the earliest, the shortest, the fastest, action-packed book, we can know that by looking at Matthew and Luke, they certainly would have used Mark as one of the sources for composing their Gospels. A lot of the same material that is included in Mark is also seen in Matthew and is also seen in Luke. Some people will say there's another source called Q or Quell, which means source, that kind of bridges the gap and fills in some of the extra detail that Matthew and Luke utilize for making up some of the material that they didn't get in the Gospel of Mark. But this book, the Gospel of Mark, shows Jesus as a suffering servant. It's not the picture that the Jews envision of their Messiah, one who would come in royalty. Rather, this Messiah suffers for our sake. He experiences a life of being rejected, a life of being betrayed, and we see all of this in his life. Gordon Fee, the great New Testament scholar, talks about how the book of Mark paints this picture of a new Exodus. And in the Old Testament, we see how God delivers his people out of Egypt and frees them. Well, in Jesus, we see a new Exodus. We see that through Jesus Christ, we can have an Exodus, a way out of our sin, a way into forgiveness, a way into relationship with him. So the good news is this. If you feel trapped and enslaved by your own sin, Jesus is the Exodus. He is the way out. The question is, are you looking to him for deliverance?